So we're here live in Palm Springs, California, Fox Sports Soul 70 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. We're on the correct channel now. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado coming to you live. If you missed it, still 0-0 ball game through a half inning at the top of the first. Angel Londazuri was the man for the Power, new pitcher this season. Gave up a leadoff hit to E.J. Cord, which was dropped by Grayson Gegg in right field. That ball got a little bit past him and allowed E.J. Cord to get to second. But after that, 2 strikeouts in a row, and then a ground out to Dalton Thomas and Christian Perez from second base to first base to put away the last batter. So they got out of it, not allowing a single score. And here for the Power, Cato Kleiman, Jamal Ritter, Brian O'Neill will be the 3 batters. Right behind them, Christian Perez in the cleanup spot tonight. Blake Conrad in the 5 spot, Keaton Nato in the 6 spot, Cohen Goes in the 7th spot, Grayson Gegg in the 8th, and Dalton Thomas in the 9th. Pitcher starting for the Alameda Anchors, number 25, Corey Houston out of Alameda, California, Simpson University and Laney College. 22-year-old, 6'3", 190-pound player will be starting off tonight. So he'll face off against Cato Kleiman, who was 1 for 2 last night, 1 hit by a pitch, 1 sack bunt, and scored a run himself. The first pitch thrown outside for ball 1.
Cato Kleiman is currently batting .250 in the Summer League so far.
Here's the next delivery. That one's in there for a strike as Cato watches it down the way. 1-1 is the count. And Cato Kleiman he had a slow start to the season, but he's starting to pick it up a little bit now in this early part of the season as he watches the next one in there for a strike as well. So he's behind in a 1-2 count here for Corey Houston.
Yeah, he was pretty streaky earlier, but now they're starting to figure him out. But it's only been 2 games since he's been hit.
He sends it up the middle.
Just kidding.
Gets between the 6-4 gap, and Cato Kleiman has got himself a leadoff single.
That would be his 8th hit of the year. I mean, of the summer, excuse me.
So both teams decide to go with a leadoff single, and Cato Kleiman's up at first base to start off tonight.
Jamal Ritter's been on a crazy run right now as he's currently on a 3-game hit streak with back-to-back 2-hit games.
Jamal Ritter was the player of the game last night, and he goes after the first pitch outside the glove of Wheelock. It rolls into the outfield. Cato will turn around second. He's going to third. He'll stand up there. They cut off the throw from the outfield. So Jamal Ritter falls right behind Cato Kleiman, back-to-back singles and runners at the corners.
And Ritter just expanded his hit streak to 4 games now with that one. Runners on the corners with no outs.
So
Great way to start it.
Power already have runners at the corners, back-to-back singles, no men gone. Here's Brian O'Neill, who's also been on a killing. Still a scoreless game, but they're threatening right now. Here's the first pitch. That one's in the dirt. Stopped by Imberg.
And Brian O'Neill is also another player with a 3-game hit streak on the line with 2 or more RBIs in each game. And he only has 2 games with no hits this summer.
This is a guy we've been talking about in Raven. 526 batting average throughout the season. And he hasn't really figured out ways to stop 7 games in total for Brian O'Neill. Next pitch. Outside. They throw to Ritter, who's going to second on a steal. They tried to check on Cato Kleiman with a double fake from Imberg, and Ritter's in there.
It looked like he might have had a chance if he just would have threw down a second, but he decided to check on him at third.
Again, those are always tough plays when you have runners at the corners.
Oh, yeah.
But
you never know what they're going to do down there at third.
Due to the indifference, he gets there. Sent flying up in the air. Bit of a line driver to center field. They're running over, and they're not going to pick it up. It lands. Collision out in the outfield. Brian O'Neill will go to second. Ritter's around third. He'll score just before Cato Kleiman also scores. 2-0. Palm Springs started off with no men out in the bottom of the first inning.
They're off to a hot start. It looked like the outfielders didn't communicate out there. They were just looking at each other towards the end of that play.
And that was a well-hit ball.
It was in the left center gap.
That's Brian O'Neill's 8th double of the season. He has been a machine in that category.
Man, he's on a tear right now.
So after Brian O'Neill's 2 RBI double, the Power up 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. No men away yet for the Power.
And that'll be Brian O'Neill's 8th double this summer as well. And he also extends his streak of 2 or more RBIs in the past 4 games now.
So Corey Houston, who's the starting pitcher for the Alameda Anchors, has given up 3 back-to-back hits, 2 singles and a double, resulting in 2 runs scored for the Power, and it's a 2-0 ball game already in the bottom of the first.
Hey, everyone's just hitting the ball tonight. They're seeing volleyballs out there.
It's a hit palooza. Here's Christian Perez in the cleanup spot tonight. First pitch outside for ball 1.
A lot of great stuff we're seeing tonight.
He hasn't played since the second game against the Inland Valley Legends, or that was where he went 1 for 3, 1 RBI, and 2 strikeouts. He fouls off the next pitch for a 1-1 count.
And Christian Perez is out of Sacramento State. 6'2", 225 pounds.
Now this is a guy who's got a chance to switch up between Mark Kirkland throughout the season at cleanup spot. Kirkland is on the bench, but he's available tonight. Here's the 1-1 count from Corey Houston. Delivered upstairs and a little too high for a 2-1 count.
Power's remaining patient out there. They're waiting for the pitch to want to take the other way or drive to bring him in.
Here's a 2-1 delivery. He goes after the outside pitch that was low on the left side corner of the strike zone, and he swings and misses for a 2-2 count.
Yeah, this is time to put him away. Needs to stop the momentum the Power have going early on.
The Sac State fouls off the next pitch.
And
Keeps
a lot
it
of contact made with the balls so far. Seems like the pitcher can't get anything to go his way right now.
All Western Athletic Conference second team at New Mexico State. Venezuelan and Mexican descent. Kid just down the way at Phoenix, Arizona. Next pitch outside in the lefty batter's box. That was way out for a full count now to Christian Perez.
Yeah, he's worked their way back up to a 3-2 count. Needs to get the first out at least.
3-2 delivery. And that's outside. Christian Perez, full count, walks. Still nobody away in a 2-0 ball game in the bottom of the first. Man at second and first now. Brian O'Neill after hitting a 2 RBI double, and Christian Perez at first after a walk. So here's Blake Conrad from St. Mary's, who is catching tonight for the Power.
He's only played 4 games so far, but he has nothing to lose here. There's no outs. All he has to do is just put it on the ground and hopefully move the runners.
The first pitch was in there for a strike to Blake Conrad. 0 for 2 against the Inland Valley Bucks, trying to find a turn here.
Yeah, St. Mary's College.
That is inside misses for a 1-1 count on that next pitch.
Yeah, it looks like they're just spitting on the off speed right here. They're just looking fastballs.
2 men at first and second, 1-1 count. Here's a delivery way upstairs over the head of Conrad.
Almost got him in the head too.
We saw a
Very
couple of those. We saw a couple of those last night too. 2 different batters for the Anchors were hit by pitches in the helmet, let alone.
Oh my goodness. It's always scary to see too. You getting hit in the head's no fun.
Absolutely not. Which is the reason why you wear those helmets. 2-1 delivery on the way. That one's in there on the inside corner for a strike. So
Another 2-2 count, but he just can't seem to put him away.
Trying to avoid giving up a full count again for Corey Houston. Blake Conrad loads up on a 2-2 count. Here's the next delivery. Sends it down the left field line and out of play, just barely into the Power dugout. Keeps the at-bat alive at 2-2 apiece.
Just pulled it foul. Very early on that one.
So Power with a 2-0 lead still here in the bottom of the first. Still nobody away for the Power. And there's a man at first and second. And Blake Conrad with a 2-2 count still after the foul ball. Here's the next delivery. That one is in the dirt and low. So now another full count for back-to-back hitters facing off against Corey Houston. No pitchers are loading up in the bullpen for the Anchors right now.
He's thrown a lot of pitches in the first inning. He just doesn't have any outs.
Fouled off towards the Power dugout. Power coaches have to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, I remember a couple games ago, one of the opposing team's players, the bat slipped out of his hands.
Looks like that was Reed Santos just having a chill time at the seat over there. So here's the 3-2 pitch still on the way. Sends it flying opposite field to right. Kim is bouncing and staying back. He makes the catch there. Nobody tags up. That's a first man away for the Power.
Now we have Nato coming up the bat, the left fielder.
So the first run and out away for the Power as Keenan Nato will step in. So he makes his appearance tonight, 0 for 4 against the Inland Valley Bucks over the weekend. He'll get some reps here, making his first appearance against the Alameda Anchors. He's got 2 men at first and second with 1 away. Here's the first delivery. It's in there for a strike right down the middle. Did not want any of that smoke. It's Brian O'Neill at second and Christian Perez at first. It's a 2-0 ball game. Here's the 0-1 count. Goes down the way. Grounder picked up by Cord. He throws the second over to first. Not in time there. So you get the runner at second, but not the one at first.
So close, but Nato just beat it out. Great turn by the shortstop, too.
Tried the double play. Tried a 6-4 play there. Unable to get the runner. So it'll be a fielder's choice as Brian O'Neill moves to third now.
Yeah, nice try, though. If you're a pitcher, I'm feeling a little bit more confident now because at least my defense knows how to make plays. That one just didn't go for them.
The two-way here for Cohen Goes. First pitch, misses low and outside. So Keaton Nato, or my apologies, Blake Conrad at Keaton Nato at first. He goes, inside pitch, and they throw to second, cut off by the shortstop.
It looked like they were expecting, who's that? Oh, Brian O'Neill to take off there. But no matter what, he was going to be safe.
So Conrad's at second now after a stolen base. They did throw, and that was an attempt for a stolen base regardless, even though they had a man at third. Here's the next delivery. That one is in there for a strike. 2-1 count to Cohen Goes.
Cohen Goes only had 1 at bat last night and went 0 for 1.
Next delivery, that one is a curveball that's way too low, though.
Now he's worked it to a 3-1 count. See if Nato can get anything going. He's currently batting .231 this summer with 3 hits.
That one's sent flying towards the center field side. Coming over is Williams to make the catch and in the first inning. But the Power score 2. They're up by 2-0 as we're off to the second. And they leave 2 men on the bases. We'll be back here on Fox Sports 670 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel.
Somewhere down there is you. And just like us, you're an amazing Palm Springs vacation home. I bet we have a lot in common. Elevated, yet down to earth. A place to soak it up, sip it down, and make a splash. A place where staying in is even better than going out. Not just a place for visiting. A place for living in the moment. That moment when vacation dreams become reality. You're one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets. Let's show you off. Because you're so much more than just a home. You're a destination. You're an adventure. You're an idyllic escape. You're a happy place.
Replaced or repaired door company. We do it all. New installs, for over 100 years. Been committed to bringing you the garage doors, corners, and accessories. New garage door for your efficient commercial door for your better integrated door system application. Remember the red ribbon logo. You genuine, the original overhead door products and service you need. Look for the red ribbon for products that are reliable and safe. Our service technicians are trained, knowledgeable, and background checked. Our continued success is due to our exceptional employees. Call 760-772-3667. Overhead Door Company. We sell the best and service the rest.
Look out to the leader. Overhead Door.
So back here on Fox Sports 70 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel, Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado on the call tonight in Game 2 against the Alameda Anchors, as the Power are going into the top of the second inning with Angel Landazuri still up there on the mound, and he'll face off against Cameron Imberg, Jafari Williams, and Emmett Desmond here in the top of the second. Power up by 2-0 through 1. So Imberg is making his debut against the Powers tonight. First time he's facing off of them as he fouls off the first pitch over the grandstand here.
Emberg is currently a high school graduate who attended Capolindo High School and will be attending Cal State Monterey Bay this fall to continue his baseball career.
Good program out there in Monterey Bay. Here's the next delivery, 0-1. He swings and misses on an off-speed pitch. And if you missed it earlier in the top of the first inning, leadoff single for E.J. Cord before Angel retired the next 3 batters with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to Dalton Thomas at second base. 0-2 count here with Cameron Imberg up. Next pitch is upstairs and high for a 1-2 count.
I got in on him too. Told him to get off my plate.
Imberg is rocking a bat that has got the same colors as the Anchors. The meat of the bat is navy blue, and the lower part is yellow. Here's the next delivery. Fouls it off on an off-speed pitch.
Stays alive up there too. Great way to start his debut. Just fight up there and see what happens.
He's a pretty big dude, 235 pounds at 6'1". Plays both catcher and first base. A lot of muscle inside that 6'1" stature. Here's a 1-2 delivery. Missed it on the upstairs left corner of the strike zone for a 2-2 count.
And he's worked their way up to an even count now. He was behind and now he's even. Angel's going to have to go in on him too to be forced to throw a strike here.
Here's that next delivery on the way on a 2-2 count. And it's upstairs. So Imberg, who was behind on the count, has worked up to a full count here with 3-2. Here it is on the way, 3-2. That one is in there for strike 3.
As Angel's 3rd strikeout today in 2 innings of work.
Got him looking as Imberg will go back to the dugout. Strikeout number 3 for Angel Landazuri. 1 away here in the top of the second. And Jafari Williams will step in, who had a single last night, struck out, and 2 groundouts. He led off last night, but here he is in the 6th spot in the lineup. First delivery and first pitch. Swings in and misses. Tipped into the glove of Blake Conrad for an 0-1 count.
And Jafari Williams is 6'3", 200 pounds out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Will attend Union Commonwealth University.
Next delivery, fouled off. 0-2 count. And this is a guy who's also been a two-way player at Shippensburg University. In 30 games, he had 22 hits. Led his team in triples at 5 apiece.
Got some speed. Don't let him get on base.
Well, he's behind with an 0-2 count here, and Angel will try to get him out here again. Here's the next delivery on the way. Grounds it up, off the glove of Angel. Takes a bounce. Dalton can't turn around as he bobbles it on the transfer. And Jafari Williams is already there at first base, so this will likely be an infield single, I believe. And yes, it will.
And do it. We have Emmett Desmond out of Hartnell College. And let's see if Williams can show off that speed right now.
So that's the second hit of the game for the Alameda Anchors. Runner at first now in Jafari Williams here in a 2-0 ball game with the power up atop here in the top of the second. That one's grounded on the first pitch by Emmett Desmond and dropped by Goes. And everybody's safe.
Ooh, and that's an error. As it came out of his glove, he couldn't make the play.
It goes against Cohen Goes there at the shortstop position. Wasn't able to take it up the one hopper, and now there's 2 men on base.
And now we have Logan Kim, the right fielder.
So 1 away here still in the top of the second. Runner at first and second. Jafari Williams at second, and Emmett Desmond at first after the error. Angels setting up here against Logan Kim, who pinched hit last night and got himself a single in that one single at bat. Here's the first delivery on the way to Logan Kim. He shows bunt, puts it down on the ground in front of Conrad, but they called it foul. Took a bounce off the home plate bag. So it'll be an 0-1 count to start off for Logan Kim.
I think that's the first time I've seen a bunt in the past games here at Palm Springs Power. Haven't seen one yet so far.
There was a few last night. Cato Climate actually put down a sacrifice bunt to move over a runner last night. And Logan Kim is trying to get those two runners into scoring position with one away here. So 0-1 count with 2 men at first and second. Here's the next delivery from Angel Landazuri. And Jafari Williams is going, and the bunt's down the third base line, and it will be grabbed out of play by Cato Climate, so everybody will have to go back.
Man, just pulled their foul, too, with that bunt. It was a beauty, too.
It's a good read by Cato Climate to make sure that thing goes foul, because Jafari Williams is already going to third base already.
And Logan Kim is out of L.A. Pierce College, who batted .328 in 28 games played there, too. So he could sure swing it, but they want to guarantee 2 runs here with the base hit if he bunts him over.
Right behind him is John Klinkenbeard in the on-deck circle. It's an 0-2 count here to Logan Kim. See if he tries to show bunt again on an 0-2 pitch. Jafari Williams at second and Emmett Desmond at first. Landazuri loads up, and he will go with the pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside off speed.
4 strikeouts so far for Angel. Great pitching outing for him right now.
2 away in the top of the second. 2-0 ball game. Power still on top. And John Klinkenbeard will have 2 outs and 2 men at first and second. Already good start here for Angel Landazuri. Just giving up 2 hits so far. First pitch to Klinkenbeard is upstairs, but it gets the strike zone for strike 1.
He's only giving up 2 hits.
We'll be back to the top of the lineup after Klinkenbeard, but Angel Landazuri is trying to stop that from happening with 2 away here. 0-1 count. Next pitch from Landazuri on the way.
Ooh,
Gets a piece of it, grounds it up in the air. Landazuri grabs it, throws the first, 2 in the half inning.
What a way to get out of it with traffic on there.
So no runs given up with 2 base runners threatening. And the Power still up 2-0. We're off to the bottom of the second here on the Power YouTube channel and Fox Sports 1270 AM radio.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Back here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado inside the Agua Caliente Casinos booth here at Palm Springs Stadium. Power still up 2-0. We're off to the bottom of the second. And they were able to lead off with 2 back-to-back singles and then a double that drove in the runs from Brian O'Neill. And now Corey Houston, who had a bit of struggle was able to get out of the last inning. He'll face off against Grayson Gigg, Dalton Thomas, and Cato Kleiman.
Grayson Gigg only had one at bat last night. He went 0 for 1.
Here's the first delivery. That one is in there for strike one, right down the gutter. He also pinched hit against the Inland Valley Buccaneers, went 0 for 1. So he's been kind of spotting around in that pinch hitter role, but here he is in the starting spot as he sends the next pitch flying up in the air towards the left field side, and Paul Zotti will sit under it and make the catch. So 1 out in the bottom of the second inning for the Power.
And Dalton Thomas is yet another batter with a 3-game hit streak on the line. A lot of these guys, they know how to swing it. Dalton Thomas has a hit in the past 3 games he's played in so far. He's batting .500 currently.
Went 1 for 3 against the Inland Valley Bucks with 2 walks as well to go with it. First pitch was in there for a strike to Dalton Thomas. Here's the next pitch from Houston. He grounds and gets a piece, picked up by a third baseman, Klinkenbeard, on to first to get the out there.
Looks like their pitcher's finally settled down now. He's done a lot more strikes in the right spots he needs to put him in.
It's a two-way here in the 2-0 ball game in the bottom of the second inning. The Power start off on a different note here rather than getting 3 hits in a row. And here comes Cato Kleiman, who led off with a single to start off the game. First pitch misses low for ball 1. And I want to remind you folks, last time Johnny and I were on a call, we jinxed like 4 different plays. So I got to remind Johnny, just be careful what you say, man.
Hey, Cato Kleiman, hey, he fixed it. Now he's on the. Now he still added another one extending it. So I think we should be good today.
Hopefully. Guess we'll see on a wild Wednesday. 2-0 is the count. Goes after next pitch. That was way inside and upstairs as he jams in and fouls it to the Alameda Anchors dugout. So he's got a 2-1 count now with 2 men away in the bottom of the second inning. Score is still 2-0.
And let's see if they can hold him off here. He really struggled with the top of the lineup the first time around.
Next pitch. Tried to get the inside corner on that delivery, but was unable to get the call. So Cato Kleiman's got a 3-1 count now. Gets a piece of it on the next pitch. Ground to the second base. Wagner picks it up, throws the first to get the out there. So instead of 2 runs scored, the Power unable to get some runs, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Corey Houston as we're off to the third inning here in the Palm Springs Power YouTube channel, Fox Sports 1270 AM radio.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Back at Palm Springs Stadium, Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. My name is Justin Lee alongside Johnny Maldonado here on a wild Wednesday night for $5 margaritas. Power still up 2-0 as we're off to the top of the third inning with another inning for Angel Landazuri, who's gone through 2, struck out 4, and limited the Anchors to 0 runs so far.
EJ Cord single in his first at bat. And let's see if he'll continue that too, as they'll need some run support soon. Because the power offense could suddenly just explode at any inning now.
EJ Cord led off, and when he was here in 2023 with the PSCL for the Colonials, he was 39 at-bats, 18 games in total, got 8 hits, 1 double, 7 singles. He had a batting average of .205. So this is a guy who's familiar with this area in general and playing within this stadium a few times. First pitch was in there for a strike to EJ Cord. Londazuri comes around. He goes after it, pops it up in the air. Racing towards it is Thomas from second base position into the right field side and makes the catch for the 1 out here in the top of the third.
And we have Paul Wagner, who struck out his first at bat.
So 1 away already in the top of the third inning, and here's Paul Wagner. As he steps in, he was here last night as well, 3 walks and a single. Here's the first delivery. That's in there for a strike.
Paul Wagner will be attending Olone College this fall to continue his baseball career. In high school, he batted .384 with 139 hits at his time in the school.
Here's the next delivery. That was way in the dirt. So rolls at the backstop. 1-1 count to Paul Wagner. So Power will finish it up tonight against the Anchors, and then this weekend they'll face off against the Inland Valley Bucks for a 2-game series. Another series of games. Next pitch is in the dirt. Sliding is Thomas. He throws to first. Is it in time? Yes, indeed it is. Good play from Dalton Thomas as he was trailing into the right field side for the put away.
What a play by Thomas. Sliding dive, a sliding catch, and got him out at first just in time.
So what could have been an infield single turns into a second out here for the Alameda Anchors. And another great defensive play, and that's an El Paseo with Jewelers web gen from Dalton Thomas in the infield. Here's the first pitch here to Guy Polizzotti. He fouls it off down the first base line and out of play.
Guy Polizzotti will be attending college in Marine this fall as well. Another senior graduate. A lot of young guys on this team.
All young college athletes. Here's the 0-1 count. Bounce up in the air. Here comes Dalton Thomas again with a one-hopper. Bare hands it, throws to first. Is it in time? Yes, indeed it is. 3 plays in a row from Dalton Thomas. How about that for that half inning from the defensive man, number 8.
Barehanded throw, too. I mean, a barehanded catch. Who needs a glove if you're Dalton Thomas? You can do it all.
Could have thrown it off if you ask me. The 6', 180-pound man from Wenatchee, Washington, 3 plays in a row, retires the side for the Anchors. And we're away through 2.5. Power still up on top, 2-0. We'll be back here on Fox Sports 70 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection. And an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza. Dine in or take out. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too.
So back here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. My name is Justin Lee alongside Johnny Maldonado. It's still 2-0 ball game here as we're off to the bottom of the third inning as what it should be. And you just missed a big, massive group of web gems from Dalton Thomas at the second base position, early candidate for a Golden Glove this season. But right now, Corey Houston is facing off against Jamal Ritter. It's already an 0-1 count. After he swings and misses, here's the next delivery. That one's also in there. So Jamal Ritter's behind in an 0-2 count already.
Corey Houston's making some quick work here. It's only taking a couple seconds.
Correction, what a
each
1
pitch.
count. Apologies.
Oh, missed away for another ball. 2-1.
That was outside for a 2-1 count for Jamal Ritter. Houston comes around with the 2-1 pitch. That one is swung on as he goes on the outside and popped up in the air for Wagner, who sits under and makes the infield catch.
And dude, we got Brian O'Neill, who dubbed with his last at bat, extending his hit streak to 4 games now.
We'll see if he can add some more damage. That double came in a big time with the Power getting those only 2 runs up on the board, and that was because of Brian O'Neill. Here's the first pitch delivery from Houston in their first strike, off speed.
And the past 3 games, he's been on the tear, totaling 7 RBIs.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt.
Counts even at 1-1 with 1 out.
Sacrifice fly last night, 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and 2 RBIs. Next delivery popped up in the air. It's trailing over. It looks like it may go out of play. And it takes a little sit near that fencing that's in front of the Alameda Anchors net on the dugout side. It's out of play anyways.
And Titus was running down there too, but he just couldn't make it.
Either way, it would have been a foul ball since it hit that metal pole that is facing up with the bat sitting on it there. Those are always the weird calls with the umpires. That's why they usually will track the player who's going after it and make sure it doesn't touch anything. That next pitch off speed. Got him looking.
What a pitch. Breaking pitch down and away to get him.
Strikeout looking for Brian O'Neill. Second man away for the Power. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Power up still, though, 2-0. 2 and away. Here's Christian Perez,
who walked in his last at bat.
First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Houston rebuttals. Got a piece of it opposite side. It's a slow roller. Picked up by Klinkenbeer as he runs in, throws a first. They got him there.
We're seeing some great plays by both teams' defense, making them work.
Indeed we are. The Power got a 1-2-3 inning, so the Anchors also come back with a 1-2-3 inning of their own. Still a 2-0 ball game. We're through 3 as we're going to the 4th inning. We'll be back here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in 3s, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including 1 mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in 3s at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
So Don Thomas, who we saw plenty of times last inning with getting all 3 plays done for the Power in the top of the 3rd inning, he's back out there again. He hasn't played in a whole lot of games this season, but when he has, he's been pretty good for the Power. 3 hits in 6 at-bats with 3 walks to add to his name. He's been very solid, not just at bat, but fielding-wise, like we just saw, with the slide grab for the 2nd out, and then the barehanded glove one on a big high hopper grounder in that previous half inning. So Angel Landazari will continue in his starting outing here, and he'll face off against Titus Wheelock.
Yeah, he's putting on a defensive clinic over there at second. Big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Off-speed pitch got him swinging. Titus Wheelock, be your batter tonight. Fans will be rooting for him to strike out here.
You love to hear it, especially with 2 strikes. Everyone starts chanting beer.
Here's a 1 pitch. Got him swinging on the outside.
Oh, need one more.
He's on his way, folks.
Yeah, this is when the beer batter always tries their best, too, because they don't want to strike out. And plus, they don't want to give the fans a good time.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way from Landazuri. Got a piece of it, and it will roll foul.
He'll do whatever it takes for the fans not to have one.
Keeps the at-bat alive for Titus Wheelock.
Oh, now you got the chance getting the fans getting rowdy a little bit now.
And if you're just joining us, we're live from Fox Sports 1270 AM radio on Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. My name is Justin Lee. Alongside this handsome man, Johnny Maldonado. 2-0 is the ball game. Power still up on top through 3.
Appreciate the compliment.
I got you, man. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Outside.
Missed away. Now the count's at 1 and 2.
Fans didn't appreciate that pitch. You can hear the jeers in the stands.
The blue tighten up the strike zone there. Nah, I'm just kidding.
He's trying to, hopefully. 1-2 count on the way from Landazuri. He delivers. And he gets a piece of it just barely. Keeps the at-bat alive with a foul ball to the back net.
Doing whatever it takes to stay alive. He does not want to give the fans those $4 beers.
Trying to do his best here. Had some pretty good at-bats last night. That's what gave him 2 walks. Here's a 1-2 count on the way for Titus Wheelock.
Ooh,
Did he go around?
Ooh,
Umpire says
he
no.
Checked his swing to even up the count at 2 and 2.
He almost went around, but barely did just before the home plate cut. And looks like the base umpire doesn't want to give the fans a beer.
But you got to hand it to Titus, though. He is a pretty good batter. He's batting .296.
It's a good eye so far. 2-2 delivery on the way from Landazuri. He delivers. Got him swinging as he tips it into the glove for strike 3.
And now we have some fans walking over to concessions.
And there they go.
There they go.
Racing after it.
Hey, why not? $4?
Pretty good deal for a draft.
Yeah.
So, 5 strikeouts for Angel Landazuri, who has had himself a pretty good outing through 3 1/3 so far. He'll face off against Cameron Imberg, who got him looking on a strike 3 call in the 2nd inning.
Angel's 5th strikeout so far.
He pops it up in the air. Dalton Thomas will lay off as Gegg will come over, and Jamal Ritter jumps in front of him to make the catch.
2 batters, 2 outs.
Came in from the center field side into that no-man territory, but it had enough air under it to stay up in the air and give Jamal Ritter the chance to go after and catch that ball. So 2-way here in the top of the 4th inning.
And now we have Jafari Williams, who got a single in his first at-bat.
Here's the first pitch. He goes after it. Diving is Christian Perez. He turns up. He'll flip it to the pitcher. He steps on the bag, and in time, just in front of Jafari Williams, is right foot. That's another 1-2-3 inning for the Power defense.
Man, Williams has some speed down there. Good thing they got the last out.
So the Power get 2 back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, and it's a 2-0 ball game still as we're through 3 1/2. And the Power will come up to bat here in just a few on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio on Palm Springs Power YouTube channel.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So we're just witnessing the race around the bases with the go-karts, and we see one of our power interns getting beat by a young child. And need I remind you, that is an adult human being that just lost to a kid. You're listening here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee and the ever so amazing Johnny Maldonado at my side. We're through 3.5, and the Power coming up to bat here. They're up 2-0 so far this game. And it's been a pretty good pitching outing for the new man, Angel Landazari, who's gone through 4 innings, struck out 5 batters. And Corey Houston has kind of picked up himself as well. 2 back-to-back 1-2-3 innings as well since the first.
It might be the change of tempo, too. It takes just a couple seconds just for him to throw the next pitch. That might be throwing the power hitters off.
He's really starting to settle in here in this game for the Anchors. And just not allowing a lot of hits so far since that first inning. If you missed it, Power led off with 2 singles and a double that scored the first 2 runs of the game. But since then, haven't been able to get any hits. But right now, Blake Conrad, Keaton Nato, and Cohen Goes will try to change that narrative here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, let's hope Blake Conrad could get a hit now. He's been hitless in his past 3 games, but there's always some room for more improvements here.
There's a lot of catchers in this lineup. You know, Blake Conrad, Brian O'Neill, who is DHing tonight, and then Casey Kleiman, who's taking a break on the bench this evening. And then Tyler Nelson is also the backup there. But, again, this is a lot of good replacement players for the Power here. They have a pretty strong and deep lineup of catchers here. It's a 1-0 count here to Blake Conrad as the first pitch went way over his head. That's why Johnny was going, ooh. And here's the next delivery. Got a piece of it foul just behind the cage.
Counts even at 1-1. See if Conrad can get it started for himself too this summer.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fouls off an off-speed pitch that was trailing outside. It's behind with a 1-2 count here. This is a guy who had a .310 average in his senior year at San Marcos High School. They were just there in the NCAA regionals as he swings and misses on the next pitch. Strike 3.
Houston seemed to be getting comfortable in that mound. They've been hitless in the past 2 innings. Now we're into the 4th inning and they still haven't had a hit yet. They're making contact, but it's being hit right to the fielders.
Just only 3 hits for the Power so far. That was only in the first inning. Still 2-0 ball game. Here's Keaton Nato as he squares bunt, and it looks like he fouled it off his left shin. So it'll be an 0-1 count to Keaton Nato.
Not a bad way to get a hit. Use that speed to his advantage.
And like we like to talk about, the NATO tornado. We'll see if he can try to get on base. He did on a fielder's choice just moments in that first inning, as that next pitch is inside for a 1-1 count. Goes after the next pitch and fouls it off. Now to third base line and out of play, 1-2 count.
Let's see if Houston gives him that breaking pitch that got Blake Conrad with.
Here's a 1-2 delivery, way inside. And Nato was ready to go take that ball if it was going to hit him, but missed him by a few inches off his belly. The Power still up 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a 2-2 count on the way for Keaton Nato with one away. He grounds it down the line, and good scoop from Klinkenbeer. Can he throw to first? Way over the head, and it took a bounce at the photo box on the first base line. Nato turns around and goes to second.
That'd be an error by the third baseman. A throwing error, actually. It would have been a close play, because Nato has some wheels down there, too.
So Keaton Nato is able to reach to second on a bad throw from Klinkenbeard, as he made a good scoop, but unable to get the out at first base, as he absolutely jetted one to Wheelock, but it was way over his head. If Wheelock was at least 8'2", he could have gotten it. But as it stands right now, E5, and Keaton Nato's on base. First pitch, swinging, fouled off by Cohen Goes here.
Cohen Goes is currently batting .231. He does have a two-hit game, which was against the Ivy, the Inland Valley Legends. So that is just a small sample size of what he can do.
A lot of hit ability here as Keaton Nato goes, swing and a miss. They throw down the third base line. It gets away. Keaton Nato will go to home plate and score a run.
Back-to-back throwing errors, and it caused them a run. And now they're down 3-0. They don't need to be doing that because Angel's been dealing so far, as the anchors cannot get a hit off of him or do anything when he's up there pitching.
So 2 back-to-back errors. Well, they're not marking it as an error here on the scoreboard for whatnot. Here's the next pitch to Keaton Nato, who swung and missed on the last pitch. And the ball is outside for a 1-2 count. So Keaton Nato scores on basically an error from the Anchors defense. And that next pitch in there for strike 3.
Got him looking, too. But now we're 2 down. The bottom of the fourth inning.
So an unearned run for Corey Houston makes it a 3-0 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Houston currently has 3 strikeouts with his outing right now. Gegg flied out to left field in his last at bat.
3-0 ball game as the first pitch is upstairs to Grayson Gegg. He flew out last time. Here's the next pitch. That's in there for strike as he watches it down the middle. 1-1 count. So Corey Houston still having a pretty good outing. 2 strikeouts in a row. Just a bit of a mishap from his own defense that scored a run. And that one's in there for strike 2. On the next delivery, 1-2 is the count to Grayson Gegg.
Look at him go. He's ready. He's already throwing the next pitch. Even before Gegg is getting ready in the box.
Here's a 1-2 pitch way outside. Like you said, he was ready, but not ready to get that pitch in the strike zone. And it will be a 2-2 count for Grayson Gegg with 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. In a 2-0 ball game with the Power on top. Or 3-0, rather.
Yeah, the Anchors still have a chance. It's only 3-0 with a lot of ball left.
He grounds it on the next pitch and fouled down the first base line out of play. And there's no pitch clock in this league either, so don't really have to push forward, but you can tell that rhythm has been affected for all of the college athletes here who have to work with a pitch clock. And that's pretty much every single level of baseball nowadays. Even the NEIA has a pitch clock now, and it's usually held by the umpire who has got a clock in his hand. The next pitch is upstairs. 3-2 is the count for Grayson Gegg.
Yeah, it seems like every league's starting to adopt that now. There's no issue with it. Sometimes in the summer, you most definitely need it, depending where you live, too. You don't want to be out there too long.
Well, now the MLB is considering getting replays on strike calls. That one's outside for ball 4 on a 3-2 count, and Grayson Gegg will get on board. second walk handed out by Corey Houston tonight. So he won't get the satisfaction of alleviating himself here in this inning.
And now he has to do with Dalton Thomas. Just been throwing a defensive clinic tonight at second base.
Golden glove of Dalton Thomas to see if that translates on offense here with a runner at first and Grayson Gegg with 2 away. First pitch outside for ball 1. Power still up 3-0 through 3.5 so far. Here's the next delivery.
Ooh.
Got a piece of Dalton Thomas.
Ouch.
He'll have a walk to first base.
Off his shoulder, too. Looks like they're going to have a meeting on the mound right now, maybe to calm him down a bit.
So Corey Houston could have gotten out of the inning with a defensive play from Klinkenbeard at the third base side, but he threw it way over the first baseman Wheelock, which would have been the second out, and then right after he got a strikeout looking. But right now it's 2 outs here in the the bottom of the 4th inning. The Power up 3-0, and there's 2 base runners. One at second and Grayson Gegg after getting a walk, and then Dalton Thomas after him getting hit by a pitch from Corey Houston. So he's in a bit of a jam here, and the Power have the ability to open this game wide open here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And it looks like the Anchors have some movement going on in the bullpen. It's number 24, Ruben Rivera, is getting ready to go in the game just in case Houston can't get out of it.
So after the mound visit from the Anchors coach here, we'll try to settle back in, try to get out of the inning. So he'll face off against Cato Kleiman at the back top of the lineup here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's in there for strike 1 on the first pitch. Two runners, one at first and one at second with 2 away. 0-1 delivery. Curveball misses outside.
What a take by Kleiman. That was too close, too. He wanted nothing to do with it.
Corey Houston looked like he was trying to dot that pitch up on the outside corner.
Yeah, down and away. It's a beautiful spot, too, but it was just off.
Here's a 1-1 delivery as he turns around and watches Grayson Gegg at second base.
If I'm in the pitcher, I'm doing the same thing. Power's been running all over these teams in the past games.
Here's the next delivery. Cato Kleiman goes down the first base line, almost took an awkward grab, and Wheelock is able to swipe it up just before it could go into the outfield as he steps on first for the 3rd out. So the Power leave 2 on base, but they're able to score another run to make it a 3-0 ball game off of an error from the Anchors, as Kitaneda was able to turn around and go home after a bad throw from their catcher on the get-go. So Power 3-0. We'll be back here on the Fox Sports 1270 AM radio on Palm Springs Power YouTube.
What a hop.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
We're through 4 innings. The Power up 3-0 here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado inside the Agua Caliente Casino's booth here at beautiful Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs, California. 3-0, like we said, and another inning for Angel Landazuri, who has had himself a good start to the game. 5 strikeouts through 4, and only giving up 2 hits and no runs allowed. Here's the first pitch to Emmett Desmond as he fouls it off.
Emmett Desmond is from Hartnell University. Now, he's only batting .228, but he did have his best game against Gavilan College on April 8th, going 3 for 4 with 1 walk and 1 strikeout.
He reached on an error in the previous half inning by Cohen Goes. Here's the next delivery, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, makes it a 0-2 count.
Some quick work by Angel. Has him swing and missing on both pitches.
Waiting on deck is Logan Kim. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Landazuri. And a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Another strikeout, number 6 for Landazuri.
Make it 3 swing and misses. Looks like Angel has a lot of break on his pitches.
Looks like he's really getting these anchors hitters with that off-speed pitch on the outside corner and getting the swing and miss. So 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning in a 3-0 ball game with the Power still on top. And Logan Kim is up to bat. First pitch grounder down that first base line. And sitting is Christian Perez. He'll take it himself for the second out.
Yeah, this inning's going by quick, too. Maybe he hasn't even been out there for 5 minutes.
It's been going very fast so far in this game. Game time started at 7 o'clock p.m. We're already at 8:08 p.m. So 1 hour game. We're already through 4.5 right now. So 2 outs away for Angel Landazuri, who's gone through 2 back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. He's got another chance to do it here. And the first pitch of John Klinkenbeard is fouled off to the backstop. And 4 batters so far. He hasn't thrown a single ball since then.
He's having a great outing. Coming back.
Here's with batter number 5. Check swing.
Did he?
They called it. Yes, he did go around.
Oof.
Waiting for the signal from the base umpire. He didn't really give us an indication. But it's an 0-2 count as Klinkenbeard goes around. So an 0-2 count here. Still no balls thrown for the 5th batter in a row. Here's the next delivery. Got him on an off-speed pitch. Strikeout number 7. And that's another 1-2-3 inning as he gets another batter to whiff. The Power still up 3-0 as we're through 4.5.
Making it look easy out there.
We'll be back here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel in just a few.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools where your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
So leading off is Jamal Ritter here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Power up 3-0 here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. And Corey Houston's day is done after throwing 62 pitches total, 4 innings pitched, giving up 2 runs, 3 got by, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And the new pitcher is number 24, Ruben Rivera, a sidearm pitcher from Danville, California.
Played at San Mateo, but he only had 5 appearances with 1.2 innings pitched. So his stats are very limited. But in high school, his ERA was a 1.9 and 95.2 innings pitched with 89 strikeouts. So we'll see if his arm slot can make any difference as he's throwing with, what is that, a sidearm?
Sidearm.
Sidearm
About
action.
90 degrees from his upright body. He throws it. We were watching that warm-up pitches, and he was throwing it from the side there. This is a little weird, though. He's listed as a left-handed pitcher, but he's throwing with a righty glove.
Very interesting.
So I don't know if he's a switch pitcher or whatnot, but
that'd be cool to see.
yeah, that would be. We already know a few of those players. They're in the system right now in the MLB. Here's the first pitch of Ritter. He sends one flying to deep right field. That one's going back. Kim is at the wall. It takes a one-hopper off of it in the corner. Ritter's going around second. He's got a lot of speed. He's going to third. The relay down to third base is in time, but it gets away from the glove of Klinkenbeer. Ritter's going home. Here's the plate at the play. He is out at home plate. Oh, no.
Whoa.
It looked like he had his hand under the glove of the catcher.
Oh,
and Ritter's called out at home.
Oh, the third baseman's down. The catcher tried to throw it around and hit him in the head. Oh, my. There's a lot going on here tonight. Oh. They're going to call timeout. They're going to call time for a little bit. Oh, no. He looks like he's going to continue.
Third baseman got up on his feet. That's Klinkenbeard after that ball got away from the relay in the outfield from Kim. The ball was in time to try to get him at third, and then it got away from him and went into that third base dugout area for the Power, and then they were able to make the throw at home somehow. And the umpire says the ball was in time at home plate to get him as he rounded. So he was trying to go for a Little League home run. And Jamal Ritter gets called out at home plate, and Casey Dill doesn't go to the base umpire to argue with the call there. But from our vantage point up here, it looked like he had his hand under the glove.
Like it. It was just a bang-bang play. It looks like he got under the tag. But if I'm Jamal Ritter, I'm doing the same thing, taking advantage of that speed. You never knew. They could have made another throwing error, but he hit his target. Well, it was very close. Very close indeed.
So Jamal Ritter will get a triple there on the call. It was hit into right field and landed in the corner. It was a well-hit one on the first pitch get-up.
First pitch. Taking it the other way.
But he got taken down as he was trying to go home on a bad relay from the outfield.
And for the reason for the delay is as soon as they got the out called, the catcher tried to throw it around, but it looked like the third baseman wasn't paying attention. And the throw hit him in the head. So that's why there is all this commotion going on over there, making sure that he's okay.
Yeah, they had the athletic trainer out there for a few minutes as well. And it looks like he's still going to stick around at third base position. And here we are. So what a way, after a crazy outcome.
What a way to start off the inning. Only one pitch.
In the bottom of the 5th inning on the first pitch. Here's Brian O'Neill now. He goes after the first pitch as well, and he sends it into the gap. It's going to roll around as Williams will try to go after it. He scoops it up, turns around, and Brian O'Neill is going to stay at first after Williams is able to stop the ball from going to the wall. So Brian O'Neill comes back after the triple from Jamal Ritter, and he's on base with a hit of his own.
2 pitches, 2 hits. Oh, man, if you're Rivera, what's going through your mind after the ball's getting pieced out there?
So the Power haven't been able to get a single hit since the first inning. They have hit 2 already here in a 3-0 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 away against Ruben Rivera. Here's the first pitch here to Christian Perez. And it's outside for ball 1.
There's a lot going on here.
And he swings and misses on the next pitch for a 1-1 count.
It's the first swing and miss that Ruben got tonight.
And that was Jamal Ritter's first triple of the season. That one looked like it had a lot of air under it. Here's the next pitch, way outside.
Yeah, just like as you mentioned earlier, this field is really big at its 350 going down the lines.
It's a big, this is the former home of the Angels and the spring training games here as well. There's a few seasons where the Angels actually played here at this stadium, but that was long ago. As the next pitch is upstairs for a 3-1 count.
I believe that Nolan Ryan was still in the Angels team when they were out here.
Yeah, that's a great throwback. Yeah, Nolan Ryan was here during that time when the Angels were playing here. That was all the way back from 1961 to 1995. They played out here.
More than, what is that, 34 years? Not a math whiz.
Or I apologize, 1961 to 1992 for spring training here. As that next pitch is upstairs on a delivery by Rivera, and it's a walk.
And now we got Conrad up to bat, who struck out last time he was up there.
The stadium has seen its fair exchange of great hands here. The Palm Springs Power Organization has been here since 2023. Their first season was in 2024. And the Angels were playing here long before that, including the Chicago White Sox played spring training here from 1951 to 1953. First pitch is in there and misses inside for Blake Conrad here with 2 men at first and second. 3-0 ball game here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's just joining us, Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado.
And this is their inning to blow it open too. Runners in first and second with 1 out.
Next pitch, fouled off.
Yeah, they're making a lot of contact here. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out.
Blake Conrad looking for his first on-base appearance tonight.
This is the pitcher to do it with too. As the first 2 batters for the Power just absolutely smoked it.
Off-speed pitch grounded, picked up by Cord. He throws a first for the out there. Everyone else moves forward.
Well, that's a great out. Productive outs. Nothing wrong with that. Now we moved them, and now they're on second and third with 2 outs. With Caden Nato up to bat.
So Christian Perez is now at second base, and Brian O'Neill is at third base. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Power looking to tack on some extra runs here. And Keaton Nato will try to be the man to get the job done. He's reached on a fielder's choice and also reached on an error by Klinkenbeard at the third base position both times. So he's still looking for that first hit tonight. Here's the first pitch delivery way outside and in the dirt for a 1-0 count.
Yeah, base hit brings him in. Make that defense throw the ball around because they've been making some mishaps. Can't seem to throw the ball right tonight.
Here's a 1-0 delivery. That one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count. And this stadium has seen its fair share of different teams. This was originally built in 1949, Palm Springs Polo Grounds. Switched over to Gene Autry, who used to be a resident out here in Palm Springs. Off-speed pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
Allowed a break on that pitch. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. The Anchors are still within striking distance, but they do need to get out of this inning. They even want to have a chance.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. He goes after the inside pitch and sends it flying over the head of Cord. It gets down on the ground. This will score 2 on a single. It's a 2 RBI single for Keaton Nato as he clears the bases, and the Power are now up 5-3.
What a hit with 2 strikes. He was not going down without a fight.
He was jammed up on that swing. And 2 runners are able to score on a little blooper single by Keaton Nato as he drives in 2 RBIs. The Nato Tornado has come alive.
Yeah, he muscled it over that shortstop too. Just dumped it right in front of the left fielder.
And now here's Cohen Goes. First pitch, swinging, grounds it, gloved up by Klinkenbeard. He throws a second to get the out there. That's the final out of the inning. But the Power are able to get another 2 runs into the board, and they're up 5-0 as we're through 5 innings. We'll be back for the 6th in just a few.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
So what has been a pretty fast game so far, as we're through 6 innings of, well, not 6 innings, I apologize. 5 innings in total, as the Power are up 5-0 here on the Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado. And Angel Landazuri has gone through 5 innings of work, thrown for 6 strikeouts in total, and has only thrown 48 pitches.
We're barely in the top of the 6th. But if you're the Anchors, you're looking to be aggressive because he is throwing a lot of strikes up there too. So there's nothing wrong with swinging, but you just got to make sure you put it in play instead of just rolling over, and make sure they're good pitches to swing at too.
E.J. Cord is the leadoff man here as the first pitch is way outside for ball 1. And guess what? That's the first ball since 5 batters that he's faced off without throwing a ball.
Yeah, they're up to being aggressive too. A lot of swing and misses.
That one is in there for strike 1 on the next pitch.
Did not like the one on the outside corner.
So pitch number 50 already thrown. 51 is going to be on the way, but in the 6th inning, that's a pretty good pitch count number.
That's really good. He's just dealing up there. Just cruising, actually.
Here's a 1-1 delivery. Got a swing and a miss.
It's a 1-2 count.
E.J. Cord here, the former PSCL Green Dragon. It looks like the Power have a relief pitcher available too, just in case something gets out of hand. But so far, Angel Landazuri has had himself a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's only allowed 2 hits.
Got him swinging on the off-speed pitch, missing. Another swing and a miss. Strikeout for Landazuri. That's strikeout number 7.
And now we got Paul Wagner, who struck out and fielded to the second baseman. So he's 0 for 2 for the night.
Landazuri has caused multiple batters to swing and miss. That is the 6th strikeout that he's caught a batter swing and a miss. And the first pitch to Paul Wagner is in there for strike 1. So he is, with no delay, delivering strike pitches so far.
Yeah, he's going deep into the game too.
5-0 ball game through 5 innings. Next pitch is fouled off. Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Johnny Motto still on the call. 0-2 count here with 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. We're just through the 1 hour and 25-minute mark.
And we're already in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Game's going by pretty quickly.
Here's the next delivery, 0-2.
Ooh, missed up for a ball. It's a 1-2 count.
Missed it just by a touch on the upstairs
great pitch.
edge.
Could have popped out if he swung at it too.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Landazuri. And it is popped up and foul. So June 13th and June 14th, we got a couple events happening for the folks here listening on this broadcast. Palm Springs City, make sure you come out on June 13th when the Power take on the Inland Valley Bucks, free admission and a hot dog combo that comes with a collectible koozie. And then the next day after, June 14th, Rancho Mirage night. Any folks from Rancho Mirage will get a free ticket and a free tote bag to go along with it, a collectible tote bag, as the next pitch is low in the ground and in the dirt for a 2-2 count here to Paul Wagner. So if you're able to join us this weekend, come down to the ballpark and come enjoy a sweet time. And it's also Kids Day on Saturday as well. Kids get in for free if you're 12 and under. Here's a 2-2 delivery from Landazuri. Swing and a miss, tipped into the glove. Strike 3.
Another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts.
There's number 8 for Landazuri. 5 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts.
It's making it look too easy up there, too, man.
He's thrown for 3 back-to-back, 1, 2, 3 innings so far. Here's the first pitch to Guy Palizotti. That one misses for ball 1.
Who was also a victim of Angel. As he struck out his first at bat against him.
Anchors haven't gotten a single hit since the second inning. That one is
Did he check his
low
swing? No
ball,
sign.
no appeal. Ball 2.
2-0 count. Have not seen that lately.
It was a pretty close check swing, too. I'm not sure why the home plate umpire didn't decide to go get the appeal there. So here's a 2-0 delivery from Landazuri. Off-speed pitch in the dirt.
First 3-0 count of the game, too. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have not seen that yet.
Yeah, first 3-0 count of the evening. The only time he's thrown for a full count was against Cameron Inberg, but he ended up swinging and missing on strike 3. So here's a 3-0 count. Landazuri try to climb back in here, and no call on the outside pitch.
Ball.
I thought it was ball 4, but not sure what's happening here. They're giving him an extra pitch, so I'm looking at Johnny. I'm thinking the same thing, so not sure. Pops it up in the air, foul ball. 3-1 count. The umpire didn't have it, nor did Guy Palizotti, nor Angel Landazuri, nor Blake Conrad.
I'm surprised the coaches didn't try to get the Blues' attention there.
We're tracking that. It's like the Mandela effect was passing through us. But you and I, we saw that. Like, what's going on here? 3-1 count after the foul ball in a 5-0 ball game. The Power's still up on top through 5 innings and a swing and a miss.
Right, that gets another strikeout anyways.
So what we thought was a 3-0 count, actually, I think the check swing was a strike. So it was probably a 2-1 count, 3-1 count, or 2-2 count, and then the strikeout.
Yeah, the only confusion was there was no sign from either umpire, so.
They're not helping us tonight. But anyways, 3 strikeouts in a row, swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 9 for Angel Landazuri. And we've gone through 6 innings for the young pitcher. And the Power still at 5-0 as we're off to the bottom of the 6th in just a few.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that
Back here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel, Justin Lee and the ever fantastic Johnny Maldonado at my side tonight. We're through 5.5, I should say, and they power up 5-0 still. Here's the first pitch, and swinging and popping up way up in the air is Grayson Gegg, and backing up is Paul Wagner as he makes the catch for out one.
One pitch, one out for Ruben, making quick work already.
And Ruben's already in his second inning of work in this relief effort. Just 2 hits, a walk, no runs, or yes, earned runs so far.
Don Thomas due up. He was hit in his last at bat. Now let's see if they get another rally going to just keep piling it on the lead.
So Don Thomas steps in. That is missing for ball one.
Yeah, the arming goes so insane. He must have a lot of spin on his breaking pitches.
That's a crazy arm slide for sure as he fouls off the next pitch, Don Thomas.
Something you don't see every day. And we've seen a good amount of pitchers that came through here too, but I think that's the first I've seen it this summer.
There's been a few times this season where we've seen like the San Diego Bombers had a submarine pitcher.
Ooh, I just might have missed it then.
Yeah, this is the first time we've had a sidearm pitcher throw from that 90-degree side flat, basically. 1-1 count. Don Thomas watches the next pitch upstairs, 2-1.
2-1 count with 1 out. Ooh, missed down
next
for
one,
ball 3.
You have 3-1 count here to Don Thomas.
And Don Thomas has an insane on-base percentage so far in the games he played. The past 5 games, his on-base percentage is .429.
Don Thomas has gone on board with a hit by pitch in his previous at-bat. 3-1 count here in a 5-0 ball game through 5.5. And that pitch is outside for ball 4. So Thomas will be back on base again on a different kind of walk.
Yeah, that would be its 7th walk of the summer so far. Just an on-base machine.
He has an on-base percentage of 667. And that is the most in 5 games in the entire lineup for the Powers. The first pitch is outside here for Cato Kleiman.
Checking the runner. Don Thomas has some happy feet going. Oh, and he takes off.
There he goes. Pitch is in there for strike, and the ball is way up in the air as it rolls in the outfield. No one's going to back him up. Williams is going to run in, and Don Thomas will take third easily.
Throwing error by the catcher again. Overthrew it at second. And now the runner's in scoring position with only 1 out at third base. Climbing, all he has to do is just hit it on the ground, and he's pretty much going to have another run.
So Cato Kleiman settles in, sends it flying down the third base line and out of play, and Anthony Sanchez in the bullpen, unable to make the catch.
And it looks like the Power has some movement going on down there. Number 19.
Might be the end of the night for the young pitcher Angel Landazuri. Don Thomas still at third with 1 away here. 1-2 count on the way.
He called time. Maybe he got something in his eye. Oh no, he's just trying to get a little breather here.
One-two count, 1 away, 5-0 ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the next delivery way outside for ball 2. Don Thomas has a stolen base. Now he's at third after the ball was way high wide for Wagner covering that second base side on an error there. And here's the next delivery and outside again for a full count now to Cato Kleiman.
And Kleiman has also joined the club of hit streaks as he's on his 3rd game with the hit. 1 yesterday and 2 against Inland Valley Bucks.
Anchors have some work in the bullpen as well. Here's the next delivery. Sends it flying up in the air towards the right field side. Kim's going to back up He will go to the warning track and over the glove, and his glove pops off as it goes to the wall. Caleb Kleiman goes to second. He will stop his track there, and Dalton Thomas will easily score.
Hit it to the warning track. He got all of that. It just wasn't enough to put it over the fence. And just like we said earlier, that it is very hard to hit a home run out here too.
So it'll probably go down as an error out in the outfield.
It did hit his glove too, so he did have it in there for a sec, but he just couldn't bring it in. Looks like he was watching out for the wall, but he did have that for sure out. It just came out. Well, and also his glove. Very interesting play.
Now bounced out. Well, bouncing his glove basically, and then it basically slid off of his hand out on the right field side and then rolled to the wall. So for sure an error, but in the weirdest way possible for sure.
Looks like he got the tip of it and his glove just came off too. I thought it was just me seeing things.
And just in the meanwhile, Ruben Rivera was checking home plate with Imberg there to see in case that Dalton missed the bag there, but umpire doesn't give them the call. So one out here still for Jamal Ritter. He goes out to the first pitch, flying up in the air. Wagner's tracing over in the first base side. He makes a catch there, and Cato Kleiman will stay at second.
What an offensive day for the Power.
So two-way here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Power up 6-0 after a big fly to right field that was dropped and missed by Logan Kim in the right field side for the Anchors. And Cato Kleiman is at second now after getting a run pushed in for a 6-0 lead. And another pitch, first one, swung on by Bryant O'Neill. It's down in front of Kim. Cato Kleiman turns around third. He will score easily. And the Power have made it a 7-0 ball game off another RBI by Bryant O'Neill, who is 3 for 4 tonight.
What a night he's having. Just muscled it over there, too. Now Christian Perez is up.
So how about Bryant O'Neill? 3 RBIs, 3 hits, one of those being a double.
Yeah, what a way to stay consistent.
Kleiman scores. And that first pitch, not thrown yet, but keeping Bryant O'Neill there at that first base side. That first pitch in there for strike one. So 7-0 ball game with two-way 0-1 count here to Christian Perez. Pitch outside for 1-1 count now.
Bryant O'Neill taking a big lead out at first. Pretty much a no man's land. Looks like he's trying to take second with 2 outs.
Power have gotten 7 hits, driven in 7 runs through 6 so far. Here's the next delivery, and a big swing and a miss from Christian Perez on an outside pitch off speed.
It's a big hack. He's trying to send that over the fence.
Christian Perez has walked twice already tonight and grounded to third baseman Klinkenbeard. Trying to avoid another out here. 1-2 is the count with 2 men away. Here's a set delivery. Inside pitch misses for a 2-2 count. So another good game for the Power offensively, 7-0, and a lot of that has been aided by Angel Landazuri, who's gone through 6 innings of work and 9 strikeouts. And that next pitch misses for a 3-2 count now to Christian Perez.
See what Christian Perez can do with the full count. He doesn't want to walk him again because the Power's just been swinging the bat very good. He was going to have to force to be throwing a strike here.
O'Neill at first. Next pitch, swing and a miss on the off-speed outside. And that's strike 3, the final out of the inning. With the Power attack on 2 more runs to make it a 7-0 ball game as we're off to the 7th inning here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
New pitcher on the mound in relief for Angel Landazuri, who made his first appearance tonight and struck out 10 batters in 6 innings of work tonight for the Power. And it will be Riley Ricken to take over in relief here after Landazuri struck out 10 in 63 pitches thrown. And you're listening to us live here in Foxborough 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado. First man to face off against Riley Ricken is Titus Wheelock.
Angel struck out every batter except for Jafari Williams, who got a hit and grounded out to the first baseman. But everyone else did get a strikeout or two.
It's a 1-0 count here to Wheelock. Next delivery popped up in the air and foul.
It's a 1-1 count now for Titus, who struck out and grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat.
So 1-1 count here to Riley Ricken. Next delivery outside, misses for ball 2, 2-1 count.
Riley Ricken only appeared in 3 games.
Fouled off the next pitch to the backstop. 2-2 is the count.
But he has collected 3 strikeouts. It's only allowed 4 earned runs and 7 hits in a small sample size.
And 3 innings of work as well. He's also got a win this season.
Yeah, he's a little bit of everything.
Here's the next delivery way outside. He lost a little bit of control of that pitch. 3-2 count to Titus Wheelock. So 7-0 ball game still here in the top of the 7th inning. Power up after getting 7 runs on 7 hits. Here's the 3-2 delivery and misses inside for ball 4. So that will be a walk here for Titus Wheelock as he gets on base.
And now we have Cameron Imberg, who flied out to the center fielder and struck out.
It's the first base runner since the 2nd inning for the Alameda Anchors.
Yeah, a lot of rollovers and strikeouts. That's all they've been getting so far.
And it was all due to Angel Landazuri, 10 strikeouts through 6 innings of work and 63 total pitches. Still remains a 7-0 ball game as the Anchors are trying to get on the board here in the top of the 7th with no men away. And a runner at first. Imberg goes after the first pitch. Right after he pops it up And Gegg will sit under it and make the catch.
If it wasn't for those 3 errors, the Anchors it still might have been 3-0. But they've just been making too many mistakes out there, and Power took advantage of those.
A lot of that was also because of the help of Dalton Thomas, who showcased his talent in literally just the 3rd inning, getting 3 plays in a row with a sliding catch on the ground out, and then the barehanded on the triple hopper that was way up in the air, and he got him in time. Here's the first pitch here to Jafari Williams, who has been the only guy to not strike out against the Power pitching tonight. Watches the first pitch in there for a 1-0 count. Still remains a 7-0 ball game for the Power through 6 innings, I should say.
6 in the 3rd, if you want to get specific.
1 out already. Next pitch inside, misses for a 2-0 count.
And now it's going to be a little hard to get back into it, too. Because as soon as you might get a run, the Power might just pilot it on you, too.
Again, great batting performances so far. Both Jamal Ritter and Brian O'Neill, multiple hits. Here's the next delivery, 2-0. Sent flying up in the air. That looks like it went deep initially, but Nato is able to keep it in front and get the catch. Make it a 2-way here with a fly out to the left field side. So 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, look, he just got under it, too. It had the height, but couldn't go anywhere.
And it keeps Titus Wheelock there at first base after getting a walk to start off this inning in the top of the 7th. Still 7-0 for the Power here against the Alameda Anchors in Game 2 of this short little series. Power will take on the Inland Valley Bucks in the next series this weekend starting Friday. Here's the first pitch here to Emmett Desmond, who has reached on an error and struck out swinging in his previous at-bat. He's got a 1-0 count to start off. It looks like they're going to have a pinch hitter here in the on-deck circle.
Number 2, and that's going to be... Oh, no, it's still Emmett Desmond there.
On the on-deck circle,
circle.
Yeah, Elias Rubio is in the box. It looks like he'll take the place of Logan Kim coming up. But Emmett Desmond will have to try to get on base if he can with 2 away here, and a swing and a miss on a 2-0 count. Tips into the glove of Conrad.
Yeah, the Anchors trying to do anything they can to start a rally going, or even just get a hit here. As also they've been hitless since the 2nd inning as well. As Jafari Williams was the last one to get a hit too.
And that's in there for strike 2 on the next delivery in the outside corner. Got the edge call. So 2-2 count in a 7-0 ball game. The Power up after 7 hits through 6 innings and 2/3. 2 men away, 1 at first base after a walk. Here's the 2-2 count pitch. Check swing, but it got the call. Strike 3. So Riley Ricken comes in relief effort, gets a strikeout, forces 2 flyouts with only 1 walk allowed. Power still up 7-0 as we're off to the bottom of the 7th here in this 7th inning stretch on Palm Springs Power YouTube channel and Fox Sports 1270 AM radio. We'll be right back.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Back here live on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio on Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee alongside the ever amazing Johnny Maldonado at my side. Palm Springs Power 7-0 ball game as they're through 6.5, 7 hits, 7 runs, and Blake Conroy will face off against a new pitcher here for the Alameda Anchors as he watches the first pitch in there for strike one. It's Caleb Garrison, number 33. He'll take over for Ruben Rivera, who threw 35 pitches, gave up 3 runs earned in 2 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, and 4 hits.
Caleb Garrison is out of Laney College. He maintained a 2.84 ERA in 19 innings pitched.
There's a 1-1 count now to
that's
Blake Conrad. It's pieced out to right field in the corner, and it's caught by the traveling Jafar Williams, who's got a lot of speed and able to make the catch out there in right center field.
Speed kills. What a play. Made that look easy, too. But that was a for sure hit in the gap.
Would have been a double for sure. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. In a 7-0 ball game that the Power are still up in against the new pitcher Caleb Garrison. And here's Keaton Nadeau, who's had himself a pretty good night. He's been on base every single time tonight, but the stat line won't tell you. Fielder's choice, reach on an error, and a 2 RBI single in his previous at-bat. Here's the first pitch on a 1-man away, and it's in there for strike 1.
It looks like we have a pinch hitter here, but we'll go ahead and confirm with you on who that is.
It's a 1-1 count here.
That's number 3, and that's going to be, oh wait, no. Never mind.
Now it says 33 on the back of his jersey as Keaton Nadeau lays a piece to shortstop, grounder to Cord. That's the first time he's been taken out tonight as he throws on to first for the second out. So 2 away already with a 6-3 put out. As Keaton Nadeau is retired for the first time tonight. 2 away in this 7-0 ball game. The Power is still up on top after getting 7 hits and scoring 7 through 6.5.
Now we got Cohen Goes, who grounded out to the third baseman and struck out in the past 2 at-bats.
Still looking for his first chance to get on base tonight. First pitch in there for strike 1. Upstairs got the strike zone call. So Goes also pinch hit last night, but in the starting role. Still looking to get on base here. That next pitch is outside for a 1-1 count. This is one of the 2 people from Mililani, Hawaii. Still with the Mid-Pacific Institute and BYU as the next pitch is tipped into the glove of Imberg for strike 2, 1-2 count. 2-way here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's been a pretty quick game so far, an hour and 54 minutes so far.
A lot of balls put in play, too, and the defense. Both sides have been working, too, showing off the glove and speed.
2-2 count here to Cohen Goes with 2 away in this 7-0 ball game for the Power. Caleb Garrison, the man still taking over here. They've used 3 pitchers already tonight. And the next pitch is outside for ball 3. And now Cohen Goes has got a 3-2 count with a chance to get on board for the first time this evening in 3 at-bats.
First full count that Caleb Garrison has this inning.
3-2 delivery on the way. Did he go around?
Yes.
Base umpire says he did. Drop third strike. They'll pick it up and throw to first for the final out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Garrison as Cohen Goes is unable to get on board. Power still up 7-0 as we're through 7 innings of work for both sides. We'll be back here for the top of the 8th in just a few.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
So still here on this wild Wednesday with $5 margaritas on the table at the concession stand. It hasn't been too wild for the Power because their pitching has been solid through 7 innings. And they're up 7-0 with the offense helping them plenty with 7 hits. You're joining us here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. My name is Justin Lee, alongside the astute and ever so cool and collected Johnny Maldonado. Power 7-0, and a new pitcher here who's making a season debut for the Power this season. He was here last year with the Power, only pitched 3 games, and also a PSEL former athlete with the Blue Sox. Johnny, what you got on Alex Hawking?
Yeah, so it turns out he did appear in 3 games in 6.1 innings of work, has only allowed 5 hits, and has 3 earned runs with 7 strikeouts. So he is pretty good, and let's see if we could put him away having a 1-2-3 inning. See what kind of stuff he could throw at them.
Now the Power pitching has struck out 11 different batters tonight through 7 innings of work. Still a 7-0 ball game here for the Power if you're just joining us. And they've only given up 2 hits to the Anchors. They haven't been able to get a hit since the 2nd inning. And Alex Hawking will see if he can try to hold him here. And the pinch hitter is Elias Rubio taking the place of Logan Kim in the 8th hole. Here's the first pitch delivery. Way heater fastball that misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, the last time they got on base was a walk by Wheelock, but that was last inning. And ever since, and before that, they couldn't get nothing going for them.
Here's the 1-0 delivery from Hawking. He throws a curveball that misses the mark upstairs for ball 2. So Alex Hawking, 5'9", 180 pounds from Sacramento, California, attending the College of the Desert. And he's committed to Cal State East Bay for this upcoming baseball season in 2026. That pitch is in there for strike 1. It's a 2-1 count for Elias Rubio, making his first appearance tonight. He started yesterday for the Anchors and then got replaced by the man who started tonight in his spot, Logan Kim. Here's the 2-1 pitch, way upstairs, got in front of the face mask of Elias Rubio, and he's able to get out of the way of it. It's a 3-1 count here to Elias Rubio. Three-1 count for Elias Rubio. Alex Hawking in his first inning of work as he makes his return in his season debut tonight in this relief effort. Next pitch fouled off, right side, foul ball. 3-2 is the full count. No outs yet here in the top of the 8th inning in what's been a short game, 2-hour time through 7 innings. 7-0 ball game still for the Powers, who are still up, getting 7 hits, and with the help of 3 errors by the Anchors defense, the Power have been able to get some of those extra runs in on certain opportunities. Here's a 3-2 delivery, and he gets him to pop up in the air towards the right field side to Gegg. He sits under for the first out.
Due up, we have John Klickenberg, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout in his last at bat.
Klinkenbeard has had some issues tonight. Got taken down with a put out by the pitcher who started tonight, Angel Landazuri. Struck out swinging, and he'll have a third chance to try to get on board here. Here's the first pitch with 1 man away here in the top of the 8th. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. So here's a 1-0 count.
What
and that's
pitch.
In there for strike 1.
Down and away. Breaking pitch for a strike.
So this is actually Kai Gullikson, who's taking over for John Klinkenbeer, number 7, with a 1-1 count now. And he swings and misses on the next pitch. It's a 1-2 count now. So Gullikson's taking over here. So they're throwing their replacement hitters here for the time being. This is also just a little bit of a weird one as that ball is in the dirt and misses for a 2-2 count.
Gullikson will be attending Cal State Monterey Bay. As far as he's a recent high school graduate. But in high school, he batted .300 with 24 hits and 12 RBIs senior year.
It's a weird development, though, because it should be E.J. Cord that's coming up to bat next, but right now it looks like Paul Wagner is in the on-deck circle, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But 2-2 count here for Kai Gullikson in this pinch-hitting effort. And next pitch, he watches for strike 3.
Another breaking pitch down and away.
So that's the 12th batter tonight that the Power pitching staff has been able to take down. And the Power still up 7-0 through 7 innings.
And it looks like their shortstop is missing his at bat.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening here. So it should be E.J. Cord and then Paul Wagner, but Wagner is up here in the first spot, so they're kind of batting out of order, and the first pitch is in there for strike one. So 2 gone and away here in the top of the 8th inning in a 7-0 ball game for the Power, and the Anchors have got their lineup mixed up at the moment.
Unless, they completely skipped his at bat.
And that pitch misses outside. The next one for ball 1. Because now Paul Zotti, so they do indeed have their lineup out of order because they have Paul Zotti up in the on-deck circle. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss into the glove. 1-2 count, 2 men away in the 7-0 ball game here in the top of the 8th inning. If you're just joining us, 12 men struck out by the Power pitching tonight with 3 different pitchers. Angel Landazuri, who pitched for 6 innings, Riley Ricken for 1, and now Alex Hawking as he gets the next batter down on strike 3 swinging. And the Power taking down 13 batters for the Anchors tonight as we're through 7.5 in a 7-0 ball game here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Seven to 0 still is the score as we're in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Power, who are up here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado at my side. Another inning of work for Caleb Garrison, and also the Anchors have defensive subs as well, as they were technically batting out of order, but they decided to skip the batter and just move everybody up to change those different batters that are now playing defensively out there, so we'll get to them in just a second. But first pitch here to Grayson Gregg, who fouls out on the next pitch here.
That's number 9. It looks like they did a substitution as well. It looks like...
No, that is.
Number 9?
In the at-bat?
Yeah.
Yes. You're looking at the Anchors roster, my friend.
Wrong one. That was my fault.
0-2 count here to Grayson. As the Power still up 7-0 with 7 hits and a help of 3 errors from the Anchors defense. 1-2 count on the next pitch.
Ready at the bottom of the 8th. It's only been a 2-hour game.
Very quick so far for this game in general.
Oh, a base hit.
And that one is through under the glove of Wagner. And that gets into the outfield in a 1-2 count.
Right.
Another hit for the Power.
Full extension and could not get to it.
That's hit number 8 for the Power. And he's on board with another single. That's his first time on base tonight. Grayson Gregg. So here's Dalton Thomas back in. He's reached on base twice on a hit by pitch and a walk in a 7-0 ball game. Here's the next delivery. Goes after the first pitch. Shortstop unable to juggle it on the ground, and he is unable to recover to get Dalton at first base. Another error for the Anchors.
Makes it the 4th one tonight. Oh, man, that defense is just letting up.
They've had their struggles in the infield so far. Another error allows Dalton Thomas to get on base, so he's not able to get on base with a hit, but he's able to get on base in 3 different ways: a hit by pitch, a walk, and now an error. So he's on base, and Grayson Gregg moves over to second base after hitting a single to lead off this inning. And there's 2 men on the bags in the 7-0 ball game for the Power, who are still up. And here is Cato Kleiman as he watches the first pitch in there for strike 1. And he sends one the other way over the hoppling hop of Dalton Thomas as it rolls into the outfield. 1 run will score, and Grayson Gregg, he will get there. The relay is off the mark and into the back cage as Dalton Thomas is at third, and Cato Kleiman on that throw will go to second.
It'll be his 3rd time he's actually reached on base. That would be the 2nd one due to a bad throwing error, too. An E9 in the 6th inning, and now the overthrow by the right fielder advanced him to second base with 2 runs in scoring position. And now they got Jamal Ritter, who's just been on fire lately. Last thing you want to do if you're the Anchors. Down 8-0.
So Jamal Ritter comes up, flew out twice, but also a triple and a single as he fouls the first pitch down the first base line and out of play. So the Power have made it an 8-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They've laid it on with 9 hits and 4 errors given up by the Anchors defense.
And it turns out there's only been 2 Power starters that have yet to reach on base.
Jamal Ritter gets a piece of it, takes a 1-hopper to Gullickson, and he throws a first to get an out there, but it drives in a run in Dalton Thomas, and now it's a 9-0 ball game for the Power. And that was just the first out of the inning as well, as Jamal Ritter gets another RBI on the stat sheet tonight. And Cato Kleiman is now at third after that 4-3 put away. First pitch swinging and miss by Brian O'Neill.
Brian O'Neill has 3 hits, and his outing is 3 for 4 with 1 strikeout.
And that one is missing for ball 1. Tyler Nelson watches it in there for strike 2. So he takes over for Brian O'Neill as Tyler Nelson's in here for a pinch hit effort. Taking over for Brian O'Neill, who's had 3 hits tonight. It's a 1-2 count here in a 9-0 ball game.
It's a 2-2 count now. It's evened up with 1 out.
Two count to Tyler Nelson. Runner at third base in Cato Kleiman. He goes after it and sends it up the middle. And now will be a 10-0 ball game as Cato Kleiman will score and make it home.
What a day they are having.
So right through the 6-4 hole, and another run tacked on for the Power as they make it 10-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. And it looks like that might do it for Caleb Garrison as pitching coach comes out.
Oh, it looks like they're just in a discuss because the Anchors don't have anyone moving. Wait,
Just a single out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
10-0 with 10 hits, 1 error, as they scored in almost every inning tonight.
And the Power scored 10 tonight, so everybody in the stands here gets a free dessert from McDonald's tonight.
Love me some McDonald's ice cream. Yeah, it looks like they're going to leave him in there.
Yeah, they're leaving him in there after he's given up 3 runs in a 10-0 ball game for the Power now, as they have blown it wide open to make it a double digits tonight here against the Alameda Anchors. Christian Perez comes up to bat with a man on first. Tyler Nelson.
And this is their 4th game with 10 runs or more.
Swing and a miss by Christian Perez on the first pitch. So 3 hits here in the bottom of the 8th inning. An error has allowed 3 runs to get by, 10-0 ball game. And the next pitch is down in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 count to Christian Perez. Power have gotten the better of the Anchors here tonight, eclipsing that score from yesterday, a 7-4 victory over the Alameda Anchors. But a lot more hits tonight with 10 in total, and 4 errors forced by this Power offense as that one's up the middle, but a flip over to second from Desmond Agulikson, and that gets the out there. They get the lead runner, but Christian Perez is safe at first. So fielder's choice, 2 away.
And due up, we have Blake Conrad, who is 0 for 3 for the night. And he is one of 2 of the starters that has not reached base so far. And let's see if he could join the club of being on base.
So they get Tyler Nelson on the fielder's choice. Christian Perez is at first in a 10-0 ball game. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch by Blake Conrad, who is yet to get on base tonight. But Power have done their damage here in this game so far as that ball gets away. And it goes to the backstop as Christian Perez advances to second base on a pass ball.
It's a 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Man in scoring position. This is Blake Conrad's chance to get an RBI and to pile on the lead.
So 1-1 count as Christian Perez moves to the second now. 10-0 ball game with 10 hits for the Power tonight. And he sends it on a grounder and off the glove of Desmond. And that will allow another reach for Blake Conrad to get on base for the first time tonight. And that's the second error by Desmond at that shortstop position. And that's the 5th error for the Anchors tonight.
Tough day for the defense.
Christian Perez just stood there and was able to get a good look and a watch there as that ball was bounced up in the air and off the glove by the defender, as the first pitch is fouled off here by Keaton Nato.
And let's hope Keaton Nato could reach, and I give Cohen Goes a chance to join everybody else and getting on base. That would be a great night for everyone.
2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning, 10-0 ball game. Pitch upstairs. This is for ball 1, 1-1 count.
Nato has 1 hit so far tonight and reached on base the inning before by an error.
He gets a piece of it, sends it flying up in the air. Jafari Williams is going to have to race over, and he's able to make the catch in the outfield for the final out. And the Power have tacked on 3 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning to make it a 10-0 ball game as we're off to what should be the final half inning here tonight. We'll be back here on Fox Sports 1270 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. Back here on Fox Sports Soul 70 AM radio and Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. It's been a dominant outing tonight for the Palm Springs Power's offense and their pitching tonight. They're up 10-0 with 10 hits, and they have forced 5 errors from the Anchors defense here in the top of the ninth. New pitcher in Anthony Sanchez, who pitched last night, and he's looking to close it out here tonight against the Anchors. The first pitch here to Guy Polizzotti as he pops it up in the air towards that dugout side, but it's out of play and into the stands. So the Power using 4 pitchers tonight. A little different than what they used last night with 5 different pitchers, including Anthony Sanchez, who pitched last night. He pitched for about an inning, struck out 2 batters in that one lone inning, and he's here trying to close it out. 1-1 count on the next pitch. That was a ball on the outside edge of the strike zone.
Yeah, Power's pitching's been having to weigh the past 3 games. In total, they have 31 strikeouts.
The next delivery is missing for a 2-1 count here. And again, Power up 10-0 after getting 10 hits tonight and able to get an offensive load here this evening as a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Even up the count now. And let's see if we can pile on that strikeout column.
The Anchors have not been able to get a hit since the second inning. They've only got 2 tonight. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a miss on the off-speeder. Strike 3 on the 2-2 delivery. It's another swinging strikeout. How about 13 strikeouts tonight?
What a day for them.
Scratch, 14 strikeouts against the Anchors tonight.
And now we got Titus, who walked in his last at bat.
The only hits given up by Angel Landazari, who went for 6 innings and struck out 10. Here's the first pitch here to Titus Wheelock as it goes to the backstop here. And that was what's allowed the Power to really get on their feet, blast a lot of balls to the outfield, and they managed to score 10 runs tonight. Next pitch off speeder, misses.
You're going to have to count out 1-1.
1-1, that pitch upstairs, swing and a miss. Here's the next delivery from Anthony Sanchez. He goes and got it on the outside corner for strike 2, 1-2.
Great spot for his fastball. He's in the pitcher's count now. You give him anything at this point. Breaking pitch in the dirt or a fastball up.
Here's the next delivery. 1-2. Watched it all the way through for strike 3. 2 batters in a row retired. For the Powers pitching tonight, they're capping off what has been a dominant pitching performance here this evening. Another strikeout for Anthony Sanchez. That's another 2 as he matches what he did last night. And that is 15 batters retired on strikeouts for the Anchors here in the top of the 9th inning. And the Anchors are down to their final out as the Power trying to finish off with a 10-0 victory here. And he'll face off against Cameron Imberg,
who's 0 for 3 for the night with 1 strikeout in the second inning.
And to start off, he swings and misses at the first pitch on the outside off speed, and he misses for strike 1.
Yeah, Sanchez is ready to throw again. Looking like he's quick pitching him.
And another swing and a miss back-to-back. Off-speed pitches, 0-2 count. Now down to their final strike to cap off a huge night tonight for the Power. Sanchez delivers. Got a piece of it. Sent it flying to the right field side. Tracking it is Greg in the outfield. He'll make the catch for the final out. And that's a 10-0 Power victory. As the Power finish off tonight, Anthony Sanchez finishes it here. Angel Landazari will get the win for the Power after going 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. And the rest of the pitching helped him tonight with an extra 5 strikeouts to retire the Anchors, who only allowed 2 hits for the Anchors tonight. The Power able to score 10 runs on 10 hits. They forced 5 errors. And it was another beautiful night for Brian O'Neill, who was able to get on base 3 different times with 2 singles, drove in 3 RBIs, and got himself a double. Power will take on the Inland Valley Bucks in the next series, 2 games this Friday. Remember, Palm Springs Power City night on June 13th at 7 p.m. and then Rancho Mirage night on June 14th If you come to the Palm Springs City night, you'll get a free admission hot dog combo and a koozie with your soda. And then for Rancho Mirage night, you'll get a free admission if you're a resident in Rancho Mirage City and a free tote bag as well. But the Power get another victory tonight. They'll celebrate as they go to the locker room here on this wonderful Wednesday evening and a wild one as well. Justin Lee and Johnny Maldonado will be signing off for now and saying to all of our friends and family at home, good night from Palm Springs, California.